I am in the most scenic, diverse community with the best hangout streets, best sunsets, and probably one of, if not the top dog-friendly communities. Come join myself and my furry assistant here, Court, as we take you on a tour of one of our favorite communities. It's the West End. And if you stick around to the end, I'm going to take you on a real estate tour. I'm going to show you a property that just sold for under $400,000. And I'm going to show you one that is currently listed for $9 million and what that will get you here in the West End. Let's go. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is about real estate in Vancouver and the surrounding areas, make sure to subscribe below. Tap the bell for notifications to be the first to learn about what's going on in the current market here in Vancouver. My name is Megan Becker, local realtor with EXP Realty. Myself and my team get calls every single day from people looking to make a move to or within Vancouver. So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, make sure to give me a call, text, or email, and I'm excited to help you make a smooth move to Canada's greatest city. Let's go, Court! Okay, so the number one thing I love about the West End is the diverse community and the lifestyle. It is really such a melting pot of cultures here. People from every different lifestyle, background, and that's reflected in the activities that are here, the events, the people, all of that. You've got young professionals, you've got families, entrepreneurs, artists, everyone from all different walks of life here. Number two is the stunning landscape of the West End here. This is my favorite area. Sunset Beach is right behind me, and as you can see, home to some of the most epic sunsets. You've got English Bay, which is a more popular beach, and then you are connected to Stanley Park, which is a 1,000 square foot rainforest. There's tons of activities in there to do. There's a mini golf or a pitch and putt in there. There's a brewery, you can rent bikes, and it's a 10K loop all the way around the seawall, and you're connected to that. So if you're training for a marathon or just like to get out for leisurely runs like me, I'll actually do the 10K loop, jump on a Mobi bike, and then bike back home because 10K is kind of my running distance limit. But I know lots of people will love, they'll do half marathons, and it's such a great environment to do that, or take the dog for a walk or grab a bike. It is a windy day, but I think it looks absolutely gorgeous with the white caps. In the summertime, this whole area will be flooded with people, especially on a really warm summer evening. You're gonna have tons of people out here. You grab your paddleboard. I've dropped my paddleboard in here and went through English, like all up to English Bay. They have the Festival of Lights here every summer, which is 3 nights of fireworks, and they set it off just a little bit west of here out in English Bay. And this summer, we actually dropped our paddleboards in right here and paddled around the corner and watched the fireworks from the ocean. And it was the coolest experience. I will never watch fireworks from land again, but it was such a surreal experience. There was tons of people that watched it from the water as well. Boats just dropped their anchor. It was a super fun evening, but there's so much stuff that you can do here. People will just grab, a blanket, grab some drinks, grab takeout or a picnic, hang out here with friends in the summer, even in the winter time. On a nice day, there's going to be people all walking and running and biking, taking their cute dogs for a walk. It's such a surreal place. Okay, even Court loves the scenery. He's just decided to take a break here, munch on a stick, and enjoy the scenery. Come on, let's go. Okay, we are coming up on the classic English Bay here. So at the start of it, we've got the Inukshuk at the south end of it, and it's a really popular beach. It is covered with people in the summertime. There's beach volleyball court, people will be paddleboarding. There's Cactus Club Cafe that's right off the beach. You can chill out on the patio for a happy hour. And in the winter time, it is one of my favorite spots to do a little cold plunge. Okay, number 3 is all of the cafes, restaurants, all these like eclectic shops that are in the West End. So you've got that Main Street Davie, and then you've got Denman, which has some of the coolest shops. Like I mentioned, the West End is this melting pot of cultures, and that's really reflected in all of the restaurants here. So if you are any type of a foodie, this is one of the best places to be. You're gonna find some little like hole in the wall type restaurants that are so authentic and good. You're gonna find some really great cafes. One of the things that's great about Vancouver is Brecca. It is a 24-hour cafe with the most delicious baked goods. So if you're craving, a fancy dessert at like 3 a.m., that Brecca is your place to go. And there's one just a few blocks up here on Denman. And it's getting kind of windy out, so I think Court and I are gonna go grab a latte. We are coming up on Denman Street here, which is another really popular street, and the classic Cactus Club that's right on the beach. You can literally sit on their patio, enjoy happy hour, and watch all of English Bay. Number 4 is the historic charm and beauty of all of the buildings and everything in the West End. You can kind of see this like Art Deco, there's contemporary, there's the classic heritage homes, and it creates this really surreal vibe. And the West End is probably one of the only places in Canada that you're going to see palm trees all year round. Number 5 is the community spirit and the local events. You've got things like farmers market. The West End has a really rich LGBTQ plus community, and that's really reflected here on this Main Street Davie. As you can see, there's the rainbow street signs, there's rainbow crosswalks, and it's home of one of the longest running Pride celebrations that happens every August. Is a really inclusive event open to all. Okay, so let's talk real estate here in the West End. So you've got a really great mix of, there's some character homes, but it's mostly populated with these, shorter walk-up type buildings built in the 70s, 80s. It gives it a really great vibe, tons of character. And benchmark sale price at the time of this recording, which is October of 2023, benchmark sale price for apartment style condos here in the West End is $713,000, and for townhomes it's $1.24 million. Like I mentioned, one of the attractive features about the West End is the affordability. So there's currently, again, at the time of this recording, there are 28 properties that are currently listed for under $500,000, which is a pretty attractive if you're looking at all-around sale price here in the greater Vancouver area. You're not going to find a lot of inventory under that 500 mark. The majority of those properties under 500,000 here are on land lease. So that means the city of Vancouver owns the land and they're on a land lease. So the typical land lease here in the West End, they expire in the year 2073, roughly speaking. So you just need to be careful. There's different stipulations when it comes to financing a land lease property. So definitely you want to make sure that your realtor is aware of that. The benefits of a land lease are the fact that they do go for a little bit cheaper, but the drawbacks are that you don't own the land. So, like everything, there's benefits and there's sacrifices with everything in life. The majority of those properties under 500,000 are all going to be leaseholds. And then you do start to see freehold properties starting around that 500 mark, and those are typically going to be your smaller studios, mostly around that 400 square foot mark. All right, we are on Comox Street, standing in front of 1465 Comox Street. And to give you a little bit of an idea here, so there is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath condo, 790 square feet, just sold for $729 here last month. And it was renoed, dated. To give you a little bit of an idea here, I mean, we're on an absolutely gorgeous street. As you can see, it is like most of the buildings here in the West End, they are dated. They're, either the 80s built, 70s built. That's typical for this one. But that is quite a bit of square footage, 790 square feet for a 1-bed, 1-bath. As you can see, if you've got a furry friend, this is the best place to go for walks, You're close to the beach, you're close to Denman here. Okay, we are in front of 1355 Harwood, so we're 1 block to the beach. There is a 2-bed, 2-bath that just sold here for 1.1 million. It's a renoed unit, dated reno, but it is renoed. It's not original. Just over 1,000 square feet. It was 1,080 square feet. To give you a little bit of an idea, so you've got 2-bed, 2-bath, a little bit more square footage. Location, we are 1 block to the beach here. And right across the street, we had a unit that just sold last month for $335,000. So I just wanted to give you guys an idea of price range here. So this one was smaller. It was a studio, 440 square feet, and it was dated. So original 80s built, but you are paying to be 1 block to the beach, which for that price range here in Vancouver, again, that's why a lot of people really love the West End, is because you can find value like that. I know if you are coming from a city where square footage is not a luxury, like I originally moved from Edmonton in a 2,000 square foot house, and I moved into a unit that was a fraction of that size, and you realize that when you live in a location like this, especially here in the West End, when you're a block to the beach, there's so much to do outside, you're less inclined to spend so much time in your home. That's what I really fell in love with being here, is instead of being in my home, I could be out. The weather is incredible. If you've got a furry friend, you're out for walks regularly, or if you don't have a furry friend like me, you borrow them from friends and walk them, or you grab your laptop and you head to the beach. I know lots of people do that. I do that quite on a regular basis, and so square footage, it became less valuable to me, and I traded up for, an ocean and mountains in my backyard. But like I always say, real estate, it should be a reflection of your lifestyle. So it's really figuring out what is important to you. And I know that is such an attractor to people that move here on the West End, is they want that outdoor lifestyle. Okay, this is my favorite part of the West End, is being steps to the beach here. Okay, just because everybody loves looking at really cool real estate, we are right in front of the beach here. So this is, I guess, the north part of English Bay. We're at 2015 Beach. So there is a unit right behind me. It's actually a combo. They renoed it. It's unit 102, and they combined it with 202 to a massive, basically it's like a ground floor penthouse. It's a 4750 square feet, 4-bed, 4-bath, massive unit. Obviously, you have the most gorgeous views. Listed, currently on the market, listed for $9 million. So if you're curious what $9 million gets you in Vancouver, it is this view. You are steps to Denman, English Bay, and you probably have one of the most coolest locations here. Well, thanks for joining us on our tour of the West End. Hope you had as much fun as we did walking around, seeing the gorgeous sights. If you're a local here and you live in the West End, I'd love to hear your comments below. What do you love about living in the West End? Or maybe what are some words of wisdom that you can pass along to people that are looking to make this their home? My name is Megan Becker, EXP Realty here. If you're thinking about making a move here to Vancouver, I would love the opportunity to help you make a smooth move to Canada's greatest city. So please reach out. All my contact info is in the description box below. And until next time, Court and I are a little chilly. So we're gonna go to the cafe and grab a latte.